Stand for the pledge and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, again, we just thank you for this opportunity to be here, Lord. We just ask you to clear our minds and let us make decisions that best support our community, our school, and most importantly, our students. Ask you to be with the military, Lord, put a hedge of protection around them, and bring them all home safe. In your name we pray, amen. First thing's the approval of the agenda.
No additions tonight.
Would like to address the board now?
We have to approve it first.
Get a vote on the agenda.
Gotcha.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Wendy's second.
Wendy second. Any discussion about the approval of the agenda? Roll call, please, Kelsey.
Jerry?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Wendy? Yes. Beth?
Yes.
Okay, now, patron comments. Anybody like to address the board? Now's your time. Okay, moving on, board minutes.
Kelsey, thanks for getting those out.
Sorry, I thought I sent them like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I don't think I did.
No problem.
We need a motion.
Move to approve the board minutes. I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Kelsey, please.
Jerry?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Wendy? Yes. Beth? Yes.
All right, 5-1 action items.
I move to approve claims 9180073 through 9180648 and payroll 14.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jerry?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Wendy? Yes. Beth? Yes.
5-1, claims approval.
5-2, there are no overnight or out-of-state trips approved tonight.
5-3.
Do have some personnel items to take care of this evening. First, we will go ahead and guess who's in the room, but we do have 2 certified personnel folks. Jesus Jimenez is going to be moving into the K.I.S.S communications role. And then with us tonight is Tiffany Sanchez, who is going to join the 3rd grade team with Treva. Tiffany, welcome to Randolph Eastern again. So with that being said, I'd ask that the board entertain approving those as well as the coaching recommendations on the next page.
I make a motion that we approve those new additions and welcome them to Randolph Eastern.
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jerry?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Wendy?
Yes.
Beth? Yes.
Perfect. Okay,
Now.
Tiffany, so we do not hold anybody hostage, and that goes for you too, Ms. Treva, but we do ask that you allow Ashley get pictures before you go, so.
I'm here to take her on a tour and show her
Great.
what we're all about.
Well, congratulations, welcome to the team. You will not be disappointed by the folks that you serve with, so thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Are you interested in hearing about Switzerland? Or do you want to do that? Okay.
You can go. I
No,
really want to see the classroom.
Yeah. And, how long does Switzerland take?
5 minutes.
10 minutes. I think.
Two different versions.
Okay. I'd kind of like to hear about Switzerland.
All right, Mr. Jones, Mr. Adams, come on up. Let's share with the board about our trip to Zurich, Switzerland. Neil has 10 pages.
Yeah.
I told you
Just
10
a-
pages.
Yeah, I put my notes on.
I'm old. I got big
A note card.
Exactly. The old, yes, large print.
Yeah, no, I just put down a couple, 2-3 notes here that I'll share with you. Some things that really stood out to me, incredibly significant, very powerful. But before I get into those, I keep thinking about, there was a moment I was there. We were in a hotel conference room from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. But there was a moment there from Monday through Friday. There was a moment there where I'll never forget. I'm sitting there, and out the window, the mountains of Switzerland, and there's a train that would go by periodically. And it was the coolest thing getting to see Mr. Adams, Mr. Black, Lauren Hall-Riggins, Jason Troutwine of Reed Health, and Chad Bolser of Ivy Tech do their presentation. And it really struck me as the type of thing that crew could go on tour delivering that message. I mean, it's everything. It's perfect. It's a pipeline. It's what we're working hard to create here, where we have high school, we have higher ed, and we have a major employer all working together to create awesome opportunities for our kids. It was a really cool presentation to be able to sit there and, again, look out the window and just think, I'm sitting in Switzerland right now listening to these guys talk about the amazing things that they are working on. One thing that really stood out to me early was the fact that Swiss kids are just like our kids. And by the time they hit 16 and 17, we heard them say, they're a bit confused whether they're still sitting in the traditional classroom when they are so eager to get out there and to learn on the job and to really explore the things that they are interested in. And we've been saying a lot, the things that maybe they're not so interested in. And one thing that also stood out directly connected to that they kept making the point, these are people who have been researching this for decades and decades. Switzerland has this thing figured out. They've been doing it for quite some time, and they have all of the data to back it up. And they were making the point that out on the job site, in the workforce, this is where some real growth and real learning and some real maturity happens. And I kept thinking about our kids. I have 16, 17-year-old kids in my classroom, and I've never seen kids quite like this. I feel like they're ready to jump out of their skin. They're so excited to get out there and to get after it. And that was a really cool experience to see that it is clearly, I think, some kind of a generational thing where kids that age these days, they are just chomping to get after it. And I think, sometimes kids maybe get a bad rap. Kids these days, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. And I would push back on that. In my experience, I would say that kids are eager to get out there and to get into whatever is next for them. I have always believed in what it is that this school is doing. To go to Switzerland, for someone like me, I adore professors and I love the university. I love that culture. I love that environment. And these are folks who have dedicated years and years and years. And they, again, like I said earlier, have the data to back it up. And I've compiled and we have access to slides and all kinds of information that we can share with anybody who is interested. For me, like I said, I believe in all of this. I have believed in it from day one, but it's just like that extra level of validation as you sit there and you learn about all of this and know that we are moving in the right direction. We are doing great things here. And I know that the state is moving in this direction. So to be a part of a school, a corporation who is at the absolute front of this movement, it meant a whole heck of a lot. I know I'm going on and on and on here, and I'm sharing more than 2 or 3 things. Like I said, I started to run out of space on my card. I wanted to include so many things, but there was a career coach that spoke, and she kept saying that, what we're doing is making sure that no one is sitting around on the couch. Because what they're doing is they're tapping into what their students, what their kids are interested in from a very early age, and they are connecting them with, again, the people, the places that those kids want to go. They're individualizing things. And again, she said it probably 10 times, no one's on the couch. And I think everybody in this room would say that's exactly what we want for all of our kids, to get them plugged in and to, again, get after them early and give them those experiences.
I would go piggyback on what he said. It just solidified that what we're already kind of doing is just right down the right path. I mean, we heard a speaker this week at Joy Jam that just even more correlated that, where they've sending kids out, and the first day when in the orientation at Hitachi, they had to call the principal because, hey, your kids were on cell phone or haven't been on cell phone, and normally we fire these people, so they had to have a conversation, and then they left their phones in the car. Just teaching them things in the real world I don't think they get unless they're out immersed in it. Just the key takeaways, I think, is what we've already established, is that public and private connection and partnership. We can't do it all ourselves, so businesses can't do it all themselves. We have to kind of coordinate together to find that best fit. How much do we need to teach? What do they need to teach? And shared money and shared responsibility is going to be key in that. And just connecting with people. I mean, even though technology is great, we still, I mean, we hear it time and time again this past week and over there, it's that connection with people that makes it huge. I mean, the computers and the cell phones, that is a tool in our toolbox, but we still got to have that connection with people. So those are key. And then I heard at the state board yesterday of education, the biggest thing is, you know, we know college is important, but that's not closing our gap of achievement for anybody, because not everyone's going to go on to a 2 or 4 year school. The biggest thing they've got going in Switzerland is, even though they may go into apprenticeships, they may start a job, maybe 3 or 4 years, they realize, hey, I want to go farther. So now they can shuffle right into going to a 2 year or 4 year college. And employers have ways to help them pay for that. I know even at Hitachi, the guy said that if they come work for us after the internship, we'll help pay for them to move up in our company and get their further education so they can work up to be engineers or whatever. So I think there's more than one way to go and improve post-secondary. We all know that it can't just be high school and done, but how we get there may not be the same for everybody, because some people probably aren't mature enough to go right into college, or maybe don't have the grades and they need some experience and realize, hey, I need to do more. So there's more than one way to do that. And I think even since we've been to Switzerland, iLab in Indianapolis, which is another group which went to CMATS, have reached out to us kind of wanting to coordinate and build some relationships in this part of the state as well. So a lot of positive things are happening.
Great, guys. I'll just share 3 quick things. One, the Swiss model of education, K through 7, is very similar to what we do here. The divergence, what happens is basically when kids go in their sophomore year, there's 3 paths. One is a path of 5 to 7% of kids that just are struggling academic, maybe special ed kids that stay in a traditional setting. 10 to 15% of their kids stay on a highly academic track, so they're going through the university and they stay on that path and they take those rigorous courses. But about 70% of their 16-year-olds go to the job 3 days a week. One day they're getting vocational training towards their job, and the other day they're in a traditional classroom. And that's a huge mindset shift from where we currently are. And then what they create is opportunities, like Neil said, where if you're in the baking industry and you want another credential, there's an opportunity for you to go to a 2-year school and get that credential and keep working and those type of things. But we've met 2 kids working in the banking industry that at 18 were going to be making about $4,000 a month. Because they'd stayed through 3 years of the apprenticeship and completed it, and they were awesome. They also teach their kids money laundering.
Which is legal.
If you ever want to know why Swiss has remained neutral in all wars, it's because they control the world's money, and because they actually teach their 17-year-olds how to launder money. So that's a true story. But at the end of the day, the takeaway, just so you go, well, how did all this work in Switzerland impact Randolph-Eastern? We reformatted our medical pathway with Reed Health's guidance to help build a pathway where kids can immediately start filling gaps for them. And that conversation was worth its weight in gold.
I think long term is, if it works out in a year or two, a 20-year-old could be an LPN making $70,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's much quicker than
That's
it would
wonderful.
normally be.
Yeah. So
Maybe after a month after graduation, they can have their RN license.
We're going to be able to keep our teachers.
they might be wanting to take that LPN program. But yeah, so 7 days. Saturday was literally a recovery day after jet lag. Sunday we did get a few hours to go to the sister city of Bern, Indiana. We went to Bern, Switzerland for about 4 hours, which was really, really cool. But that from then on out, it was 55 hours of coursework. And I'm talking about highly academic doctors throwing statistics at you. My head hurt really bad at the end of the day on Monday.
Yes.
So no, it was great though.
But then you got to gaze at the Alps.
Yeah, out the window. It was awesome. Any questions for these guys?
Sounds wonderful. I'm sure you have a lot more to share with us.
I appreciate that you guys were willing to yourselves to go to.
Yeah.
But represent our school like this. All of the years I've been on the school board, believe me, that never has ever been something that we ever dreamed of, you know. So this is a pretty monumental event there. So thank you guys.
Yeah, all jokes aside, yes, it's Switzerland and beautiful, and nobody's complaining about going. But these guys did give up their holiday. I mean, we traveled over the 4th, and they gave that time up. I know Neil's family was at his house and those type of things, but it was worth it. It was good. There was a lot to learn there, no doubt. So,
It's
Awesome.
appreciated.
yep.
Next up, the building project update.
Neil and I walked the preschool this morning. They are 2 weeks from really kind of getting this thing buttoned up. There are going to be some leftover things. Furniture set to be delivered April 2nd, and that's a kind of white glove service.
April?
August 2nd. You spend a lot of your time in summer. Yeah. That's all I got on just general updates, and if there's any questions.
Is everybody hired for the preschool and the daycare?
Everybody's hired for the preschool. Amanda is going to post jobs after we approve the hourly rates for the daycare.
Gotcha.
But preschool is fully staffed. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. 701, new business.
Budget workshop, this is where I shared, you should have had a link to the capital projects list and the bus replacement list for 2025. Just a reminder to the board that we will have our budget hearings in September. No big surprises there other than, if you remember, the bond sale that is going through in August, we'll be there to purchase the bus this year and next year to relieve some pressure on the operations fund. And again, any funds outside of that, I would encourage that we look at the HVAC project in the
Yes.
future. So
Absolutely.
I do need the board to approve the capital project and bus replacement plan for 2025.
I move that we approve that plan. Those
I'll
plans.
second that.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Kelsey, roll call, please.
Jerry?
Yeah.
Linda?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Wendy?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
7-2, Mr. Black.
Just need approval of the 24-25 faculty and staff handbook. So this is the certified staff handbook for our teachers. The only change in this, and we'll get into it more at the August meeting, is that just an updated evaluation plan that we've discussed in the past. So just need the board's approval of that.
I move that we approve the faculty and staff handbook.
Second?
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, Kelsey, please.
Jerry?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Wendy?
Yes, and I didn't get a chance to say that I would suggest having Melissa go through it. There's a couple of typos in those two different things. Real easy ones, but I know she'll spot those.
If you see those and want to nudge her, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Oh, well, I
Thank
took
you.
some screenshots and I can send
Okay.
those.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
That's a yes.
Okay.
That's yes, definitely.
That's a yes there too. Okay. 7-3.
Share with you all the lease agreement between the Wesley Methodist Church and the City of Union City for the Brave Little Learners Community Daycare Space. I will share, if you didn't see the document I shared with you said through December 31st of 2026. It should have said 2025. So if the board can approve that, and that just sets the lease amount for $500 a month and the city reimbursing for all the utilities in that space during that time.
Okay. Move to approve the lease agreement between the school, Weston Methodist Church, and the City of Union City for Brave Little Learners.
I'll second that.
Moved in second. Any discussion? I would like to say that this project's been going on for a while, and there's a lot of entities involved in it to keep it moving in Union City and not let it just die. So it's a great opportunity to see where we're gonna be at next year.
Yeah.
So, roll call, please.
Important. Yeah.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Deb. Yes.
Okay.
Next
Seven
item
four.
here are the hourly rates being suggested by Amanda to start working on filling these spaces. And the assistant teacher rates may seem a little low. They're higher than other daycare rates. Reason being because they'll work staggered because it's open longer than 8 hours, so they won't be there. They're a little more kind of like part-time roles. It's the lead roles that we have to get right as far as the pay amounts go, so.
Okay. Move to approve the community daycare pay scale for 24-25.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call, Kelsey.
Jerry.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Deb. Yes.
7-5.
Good thing our adults left the room, but we need to approve the adult lunch prices, and actually that lunch price for adults is actually now from the state, it has to be $5 and not $4.70. So that is a change to what I shared with you, but we just got that memo from the folks at the department yesterday. So
Okay.
with that change, I ask that the board approve lunch prices for next school year.
Move to approve.
I'll make that motion to approve the lunch
There we go.
prices for next year.
Second.
Oh,
Jerry.
Wendy and Jerry, okay.
Got it. Any discussion? Kelsey, please.
Jerry.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Wendy,
We did that well together.
Yes.
Deb. Yes.
7-6, Mr. Black.
The Service Center earned a large grant, and one of the parts of that grant is they were able to shell out X number of dollars for every student in grades 6 through 12. And based on that formula, we get $15,750 a piece of that pie, and that will go to offset Justin's salary in that career counseling role. So,
Nice.
so ask that the board approve that, please.
Move to
I make a
approve.
motion to approve that.
She's got it. I'll second.
Sorry. We don't want to lose that.
Got a second?
Yeah.
Linda seconded. Any discussion? Kelsey, please.
Jerry.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Deb. Yes.
7.7.
Bus rules and regulations, shared this with the board at the last meeting, and I think I updated that little typo. I gotta double check that now that I'm looking at this. But
Yeah.
ask that the board approve that, rules and regulations for the 24-25 school year.
Move to approve the bus rules and regulations for the 24-25 school year. I'll second.
Moved in
I'll
second.
second that.
Any discussion? Roll call, Kelsey, please.
Jerry.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Deb. Yes.
Another handbook change here for our early graduation application / policy. Mr. Davison was here at the June board meeting to kind of explain this, but this is to update that procedure for any student interested in graduating after their junior year.
I move we accept the early graduation application policy.
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Kelsey, please.
Jerry,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Deb. Yes.
Moving on.
Another handbook here, this is the non-certified employee manual for 24-25. Again, that was really revamped by Melissa. And this is kind of the second reading of that. I ask that the board approve that handbook as well.
Move to approve the non-certified employee manual for 24-25.
Need a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call, Kelsey, please.
Jerry.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Beth? Yes.
Just
7.
approval of Neola policies version 36.1. This is the second reading, so this will be the approval.
Move to approve the Neola board policy update.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jerry?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Wendy?
Yes.
Beth? Yes.
Review reports.
No big news here. I will share that, and Neil help me through this, the textbook fund for this school year will actually have to start coming through the central office, creating a line. Kelsey, I'll look at you too, because you'll have to manage it. But that'll be a change in future ECA reports. If you look those over and you see, well, the textbook fund is shrinking to almost nothing, it's because the next draw will go into the central office and distributed that way. That was that's the state law now to handle those funds, but everything else is in really good shape to start the school year.
Awesome.
Okay.
Corporation department comments? Staff comments?
No, Blake?
Okay. Superintendent?
Remind our families, please enroll online. Enrollment's open. Enrollment in person here next Tuesday and Wednesday from 1 to 7. That'll be in the high school cafetorium or junior, senior high cafetorium. So please get your students enrolled prior to that day. That just really helps us with planning. If they're enrolled prior to the first day of school, make sure you update all your contact information and all that good stuff. We will have a back to school bash the Monday, the week that school starts again, with free supplies and haircuts and the whole deal. So other than that, just shout out to our transportation and custodial crew. The building's coming along really, really nice. It's going to be ready. It's going to be a beautiful place for our kids this school year.
Great.
Great.
Great. Board comments?
I just want to say that I think the department takes care of all the grounds around the school this year, out back, all the fields. They're doing a very good job this year, keeping everything
Thank you.
mowed and looking nice and cleaned up.
Yep.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job.
Yes.
Yeah. We actually got we've got some really good young help that's helped us this summer as well.
Great.
It's been good. It's went well.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else?
It's always nice to come into the school at the beginning of the year and see everything all shiny in those floors. And you can't buy floors like that anymore, or at least we can't afford to. And they do a great job taking care of our building. And I would say that hopefully we can get this the daycare going, and as we find success with it, that we can increase the pay for positions like that, because it's so important to have the right people, it's just like at school, taking care of our kids, and you want good people to work for your schools and for your children.
Yep, and just an update on those funds. I did go to the courthouse today to sign the claim document. They will transfer the funds on August 5th for the daycare, so that $100,000 will be here today.
Awesome.
Thank that.
Thank you for doing that.
Anything else? I didn't miss a school board meeting over.
Thanks, sir.